Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's reading is going to be for those of you who are in a no contact, no communication situation with somebody. I think that most of you will probably be watching this for a romantic interest, somebody that you're interested in that way. However, you can also watch it for a friendship or for any other relationship where there hasn't really been communication from their end. So hopefully this reading will give you some clarity as to why that might be, what's going on with them, and how you can expect everything to play out. So there's going to be 5 readings for you guys today. Sometimes I encourage to pick as many as you want. However, for this video, I feel like it will make more sense if you pick just one. So I'm going to show you all the crystals, and then you can choose whichever one is calling to you the most. So number 1 is blue aventurine. Number 2 is opalite. Number 3 is malachite. Number 4 is moonstone. And number 5 is orange calcite. So as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s. So if you chose the blue aventurine, this is going to be your reading. So I have these 3 cards laid out here, and the way I'm going to read these is this one is going to represent you. This one is going to represent the person you're asking about, and this one in the middle is going to represent the situation between the two of you. And then after that, we'll talk about those cards a little bit, and then I'll take 3 more cards, and from those we'll see if they're going to reach out or if you should reach out or not. So the first card representing you is the 10 of Swords. The card representing them is the Ace of Cups. And the card representing the situation between the two of you is the Whip. So you guys are coming through as the 10 of Swords. So I feel like you guys are feeling really defeated by this situation. You're feeling like, you know, you've tried everything or you've waited for a really long time. And this is something that, like, mentally is occupying a lot of space in your head. And I feel like it's kind of exhausting you. Like, you're really exhausted by the way things are with this person. It seems like it's going nowhere. Yeah, you just feel like defeated, like you can't win. And of course, that would be because they're not communicating with you, they're not contacting you. But I think what might be exacerbating that is they're coming through as the Ace of Cups. So this is like, they're doing fine, they're doing great, you know, they seem to be really happy. So it's like, why am I over here feeling so defeated by this and caring so much about this, and you seem super happy? And so there's this sort of, I guess, frustration that comes with that. Now the card in between the two of you, this card is about conflict and arguments and things like that. So it could be that the two of you had some kind of conflict. If you guys were romantically involved, it could be that, you know, you had a fight or broke up or something, and it's like you really care and you really want them back, and you still think about them, you still want to talk to them, and it seems like they've moved on, they're totally happy, and it seems kind of unfair. Or this is also about, like, beating yourself up or feeling defeated. So it's actually quite similar energy to this one. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you got in a fight, but maybe that you just, yeah, like you had a falling out, or you just stopped communicating, you drifted apart, and it seems like you really care but they don't. So maybe this is something like they're not talking to you, but then you see them like on social media or something, or you see them hanging out somewhere and they look like super happy, unbothered, like they don't care, and it's like, what? Like, really? After everything, like, I have to feel like shit and you're just going about and enjoying your life? maybe it could even be that like they've already moved on to somebody else if you guys were romantically involved and that's really hurting you. But yeah, as for why they're not talking to you, it seems like whatever went on between the two of you, they've sort of like moved on from it and are like doing well and found the happiness on the other side, where while you still seem to be grieving about it. So let's look at the next 3 cards now to see if they're going to contact you or if you should contact them or not. So there's the 6 of air in reverse. There's yes in reverse. And there's what do you need to release. So I think that this is a pretty clear message for you guys that it is time to move on from this connection, from this person. We have the very clear message here that something needs to be released, that this needs to be let go. I think that that's what they have done already. Maybe that hurts because they never like told you that they moved on and they just went and moved on without you, or it's been a really short time since you guys stopped talking and it's like already they're happy again. But I think it's time to let go of it, or to stop like hoping, stop expecting, because it's really, really draining you. And I see that it's taking up way too much space in your head. It's like that expression, like when somebody's, oh gosh, here I go, living in your head rent free. I think I actually got that one right for once. Yeah, they're living in your head rent free, and I see that you're thinking a lot about them. We also have this yes in reverse, so it's like they're probably not going to reach out, but also you shouldn't reach out either. I can see with this 6 of swords, or sorry, 6 of air, it's equivalent to the 6 of swords. I can see with the 6 of air in reverse that you're really feeling torn, like you really want to. That's interesting because even on this 10 of swords with this artwork, you can see it looks like these 2 people being pulled in 2 directions. So you may already kind of have been feeling like, you know, I should move on from this. This is too painful. This is too exhausting. But there's just this part of you, this little part that is still clinging on, that still has some hope, that still wants to get back together or get back in contact with this person. And that's sort of what this card represents, like in a relationship reading, romantic or otherwise. It's this feeling of like wanting to go back to it, but like knowing in your heart that that's not the best and that it is time to move on. So yeah, I think for this one there is quite a strong message, like whatever happened between this person, like hoping and expecting for something from them, and also like watching them and like checking how they're doing and like feeling bad that they're doing well even though they're not speaking to you. It's just like mentally torturing yourself, and just for your own well-being, you know, it's time to release this, it's time to let this go. And it may be really difficult right now, but in the long run you're going to feel so much better about it, and you deserve to be in this energy. Oops. You deserve to be in this energy too, you know? You deserve to find this Ace of Cups, this new beginning, this new happiness. And, you know, if that's not going to be with this person, then, you know, that's fine. That's their loss, you know? You have to say, like, you don't deserve to feel this way, you know? Nobody should be able to make you feel this way. And it's time to move on and find happiness on the other side. Okay? So I'm going to end the reading there. I hope that that brought some clarity to you or some confirmation of what you were already feeling. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 2s, so if you chose the Opalite, this is going to be your reading. So the way I want to start this reading is that this card will represent you, this card will represent the person that you're asking about, and this card in the middle will represent the situation between the 2 of you. So we'll read those cards, we'll talk about them a little bit first, and then I'll take 3 more cards to see whether or not they're going to reach out, or whether or not you should reach out. So the first card representing you is the World in reverse. The card representing your person is the Two of Wands. And the card representing the situation between the two of you is the Coffin. Okay, so I'll start with the World, this in reverse, this card that's representing you. I can see that in the current situation, and like reasonably so, if this person has stopped communicating with you, that you've lost your confidence, you've lost your hope. And I think that with this card, there was a point in the past where you actually felt like really good about it. You really felt that this connection was going somewhere. I'm sort of getting the vibe with this pile that this was like a person who you were interested in dating, like you had a crush on them and you were like talking to them, and maybe you were like messaging each other a lot and like you were talking every day. Things were going super well, and then all of a sudden things just kind of fell off, and now you're left sort of confused. Like, do they still like me? Were they ever interested in me in the first place? Like, what's going on, you know? And with this Coffin, it's like, you know, this is about putting things to rest or something ending. So I can kind of see you in this place wondering, like, is this over? Like, are they just done with me? Should I put this to rest? Should I move on? Like, because it wasn't like a clear-cut message of like, I'm not interesting. It's just like, they're silent, and there's no way to know why, like if it has anything to do with their feelings for you or if they're just busy or what. So I feel like you're kind of confused and you've kind of lost your confidence a little bit, and you're wondering now if this is like a one-sided thing or not, or if they actually reciprocate feelings. So they're coming through as this Two of Wands energy. So I do think that this is somebody who's a little bit more of like a free spirit, the type who I think wants to keep their options open. So it could be that they're still kind of like getting a feel for you or exploring what they want to do. This could be somebody who's like talking to more than one person at the same time, or this doesn't have to be a matter of other people either. It could be like maybe they have something else in their life going and they're just not really sure if they want to commit to a relationship yet, because that would take a lot of their like energy, a lot of their commitment. So I feel like with this card, they're still just, they're trying to just keep their options open, keep things open, and not really wanting anything too serious. So let's look at these next 3 cards, and we're going to see if they'll reach out to you, or if you should reach out to them. So we have the Five of Air, Opportunity in reverse, and Show the World the Real You in reverse. Okay, the feeling that I'm getting from this is that you shouldn't reach out to them. They might reach out to you, but there seems to be a little bit. Okay, I feel like they probably will. I feel like they're going to come back and reach out to you again, because there's a bit of a warning message with these cards. I'm going to read the phrases on this card to you guys. It says, an unwise choice, learn what you can from this situation, review everyone's motives. So this is sort of like, first of all, it's saying like, are you sure this is the right situation, the right person for you? It's talking about like, it's putting someone's motives into question. And then we have this show the world the real you in reverse. And so I feel like this person that you've developed feelings for, developed a crush on, may not be like exactly who you think they are. Like maybe they haven't been the most genuine with you, or they don't have the best intentions with you. This is kind of looking like one of those situations where they put a lot of effort into it in the start, you know, like they pay a lot of attention to you, or maybe like they flirt with you a lot to get you like hooked on them, you know, to get you attached to them. And then they sort of pull away so that they know they still have you as like an option, and maybe they're stringing you along a bit. So like, let's secure this first and now I can go and like talk to other people. Do you know what I mean? What is it called when you, is it called love bombing? I don't know, whatever. But when you like give someone a lot of attention at the beginning so that they have feelings for you. So I feel like their intentions for you are not like the most sincere, and they probably came off at the beginning as like super nice, super into you and all this stuff, like really nice to talk to. And I don't know, I feel like with this opportunity in reverse, it's probably not going to lead to anything, or at least not something that's worth it for you or something that would be good for you in the end. So I have the feeling that they are going to come back and try to talk to you, but this is just a little heads up, you know, you may not want to keep engaging with this person because it's probably just going to be more of this like fishy behavior, like leading you on or stringing you along, this kind of thing. And that's not what you want. At least I don't think so. It's definitely not what you deserve. And it's something to be careful about, I think, like when it's really like intense and constantly talking to you a lot in the beginning, it's like a sort of easy come, easy go situation, right? So I think we want someone who's like consistent, you know, in the long run. So it's not like they're texting us like every second, but at least they're consistent. They'll send, you know, they'll text you like a few times every day, and it can grow from there. When you start off like super intense, there's nowhere for it to grow to. So it's kind of a red flag. Yeah. So, I mean, I can't tell you what to do. And if you really, really want to go for this person, then of course you can. I do think they're going to contact you again. Just be a little bit careful. Try to, you know, learn what you can about them and be wary of their motives. And yeah, just a little warning message for you. So yeah, I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi number threes. So if you chose the Malachite, this is going to be your reading. So the way I want to do this reading is this card is going to represent you. This card is going to represent your person, and this card in the middle is going to represent the situation between the two of you. So I'll flip over these cards and talk about them for a bit, and then I'm going to lay down 3 more cards so that we can see if they're going to reach out to you, if you should reach out to them or not. So the first card representing you is the 7 of Wands in reverse. The card representing them is 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And the card representing the situation between the two of you is the Cross. So for this one, I'm getting the feeling that this is not necessarily a romantic situation. It definitely could be, but this could very well also just be about a friendship or some other platonic relationship. I also don't really feel like this is a situation where it was like you were talking and now you're not. I feel like this is sort of like an ongoing thing that you may have even brought up to them. You know, like they're really bad with like communication or getting back to you, or they go quiet quite a bit. And that's something that's, you know, concerned you or hurt you, and that like maybe you bring it up to them and then it gets better for a while and then they just disappear again. Like I kind of feel like this is something that has been like, yeah, an ongoing or like a repetitive sort of thing where you feel like you have to put in so much effort. Like I kind of see with this, it's like you feel like you're always the one who has to start the conversation, or like you're the one who's putting in the effort to this relationship, and like they never text you first, or like they'll like leave you on red for like days at a time and then just like come back like nothing happened, and it feels frustrating. And I feel like with this 7 of Wands in reverse, you're almost feeling like wondering if this is even worth it, or like, you know, because you can only put so much effort and you can't like you can't force someone to talk to you, right? And I feel like suffering with this, you know, because this card does represent suffering, and almost like you're kind of losing faith in this person. And I can see with this Three of Pentacles in reverse that they're coming through as that they really like struggle with making the appropriate effort. This may even be something that that happens in their other relationships too, like not just with yours. It may be a matter of them just being like a bad communicator or just not putting in the effort that they need to. I think it's a little harsh to say like they take you for granted or they take people in their life for granted. I just feel like maybe they haven't fully like grasped that yet. Like relationships are a two-way street, and you have to put in the work and you have to show that you care about the person. They seem to be more of like a passive, almost like kind of lazy when it comes to communicating. I don't know if they're maybe like preoccupied with other things, but I feel like this is definitely like a them issue rather than a you issue. And you've been trying to like, you know, fix things or make things progress with this person, and it just like they really haven't been like holding up on their end. And so I see that there's a lot of like suffering on your end, because I do see that you really care about this person, and as much as, you know, you feel like they care about you too, sometimes that's just hard to believe from the way that they communicate or the lack thereof. So yeah, and it's definitely like, if you were wondering if it's just all in your head or if you were overreacting, like maybe I'm being too sensitive about this, I totally see the way you're feeling is like completely validated. Like I do see that they're not communicating as much as they should. They're not putting as much effort as they should. So I think you're totally justified in feeling the way that you do. And if this is something that like you've brought up with them, like, you know, ask them to like try a little harder, or just ask them to communicate more, like you don't have to apologize for that or like feel bad that you ask that of them. You know, I feel like you're asking for the bare minimum, like in whatever relationship you guys have, whether it's romantic or a friend or whatever. Anyway, let's see if they're going to reach out to you or if you should reach out to them. So we have awakening. We have within the next few weeks. And we have your hard work is paying off. Ooh, okay. So my message for you guys is they're going to contact you within the next few weeks. That's a very clear message. In the meantime, don't contact them. We have this card, this awakening card, and this card even says like a temporary standstill. So this tells me that the way things are between you and this person now, it's not permanent. The silence on their end is not permanent. They are going to be coming and reaching out to you. This was a really clear sign for me when I saw within the next few weeks. But this card, this number 12, it corresponds to the Hanged Man in traditional tarot. I know that this deck is like a little bit different. It's just like loosely based off tarot, but I just wanted to mention the Hanged Man for this card as well, because it's like the number 12. Yeah, so the Hanged Man is in a situation where like he can't move, he can't do anything, or the more he tries to do something, like the worse things get. And so he just decides to be at peace with the current situation and not move and not do anything. And that's why this card is talking about I just got my my new health card delivered to me. Anyway, where was I? Hanged Man. The temporary standstill. So this card says awakening, and I feel like with this card, like your person is gonna realize, they're gonna realize that they fucked up, or that they have been, you know, that they haven't been treating you the way you deserve to be treated, that they need to get their shit together. And I think it's important that you don't reach out to them, because like you've done enough, you know, like you've put in enough effort into this relationship, friendship, whatever it is. And I think they need that space from you. Like they need that distance for it to really sink in, you know, like, wow, this person really cared about me and like they tried to tell me. And like they need to realize it on their own, you know. I feel like this is something that they won't come to a conclusion about by somebody else telling them, you know. They need to really realize, like, if they want to keep people in their life, you know, they got to put in the effort. And I do feel more and more like this is something that it's not unique to your relationship with them, but you will be the person to like make them realize that things need to change. Because we have this card that says your hard work is paying off. So I know right now it may feel like, you know, you've done so much for this person and like you've tried a lot to like have more frequent or healthier communication. And I know right now it feels like it hasn't been working, but if you just give a little bit of space or a little bit of distance to this connection, I do think that they're going to come around and like finally realize it for themselves. And it will pay off for you, and they will, you know, make more of an effort, and they will do better. And, you know, I've been on both sides of this kind of dynamic before, so it's not like anybody's like wrong or anybody's like a bad person or even like anybody cares more or less than the other person. It's just, I don't know, it's just something that you have to come around and realize, like, you know, you have to care for your friend or your partner or whatever it is in the way that they want to be cared for. And if your style of communicating is a bit different, then maybe you should, you know, like suit it to them so that they feel cared for, they feel validated. And that's part of being in a relationship, right? It's like putting in the work to make sure the other person feels cared for. And maybe they just, I don't know, it's just taking them a while to realize that, I guess, but they're definitely going to come around, and I think you can expect some sort of communication from them within the next few weeks. And I also think that they're probably going to acknowledge the way they've previously behaved or previously communicated with you, because like I was feeling in the beginning, maybe if this has happened in the past, they sort of like disappear and come back like nothing's happened. I feel like this time they're actually gonna, you know, acknowledge, like, I realize I've been kind of distant, or like I suck at communicating and I'm sorry. Like you'll get that I guess satisfaction, is that the right word? Validation? I don't know. I hope you know what I'm trying to say, but I really do think that things would be different this time around. So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 4s. So if you chose the Moonstone, this is going to be your reading. So how I'm going to do this reading is this card is going to represent you. This card is going to represent your person. And this card is going to represent the situation between the two of you. So I'll flip these over and we'll talk about them a little bit, and then I'm gonna lay out 3 more cards to see if they're gonna reach out to you or if you should reach out to them or not. So the first card representing you is Death. The second card representing you, representing the person, is the Chariot. So we got 2 major arcana, and the card representing your situation is the Garden. So since you guys are coming through as Death, I feel like a lot of you guys are already kind of like moved on from this person or this situation. You're like, you know what, if they're not going to contact me, like whatever, I'm over it. And like you're moving on, or you're trying to move on, and maybe like you're mostly over it, but you're just kind of watching this video to see what it says. But yeah, this definitely has an energy of like letting go. Maybe you've been trying to like move on to the next person or something like that, or you're just like, ugh, this isn't worth it, I'm over it. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, but they're coming through as the Chariot. So I know that I said like I was going to read this first and then we would see the outcome with the next 3 cards, but I can kind of already tell with this Chariot card that they are going to reach out to you. That if this is a crush or something, that they do have feelings for you. I do get like the energy that this is like a crush or somebody that you were hoping to date, and it just, things kind of slowed down and now you're kind of like but they're just getting started. I feel like they definitely return your feelings. They do like you, they do have their eye on you. With this Chariot card, it's like they're waiting for the right moment to come forward, because this person could be a little bit like shy or awkward, and they're sort of waiting for the right moment where they would feel like confident to go talk to you. Now we have this card in the middle, the Garden, which talks about like social gatherings and parties and like all things of that nature. So I'm almost wondering if like they're kind of shy to like text you on their own or like reach out on their own. So they're waiting for this sort of like ideal situation where it's like, oh, we're at a gathering with a bunch of friends and you happen to be here and like, hey, what's up? You know, like that kind of thing. I almost feel like they kind of want to like run into you rather than them like coming forward and talking to you. And they would be more at ease like in a situation with more people. I think they want it to come off as this like very casual, like, oh, hey, what's up? But in their head, like their heart is racing and they're like, oh my God, they're here. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Like it's that kind of feeling with this Chariot. So I think they're just waiting for the right moment, and they definitely do. Their silence is not because like they're over you. Actually, it seems like quite the opposite. I guess that they've been taking a little bit too long if you're coming through as this Death card, but it looks like they're coming back for you. So let's see what the next three cards have to say for you. We have Life Experience. We have No Need to Worry. And we have A New Start is Coming. Yeah, so they're reaching out, they're coming back. This reaching out may actually even be in person, just because we had like the this gathering thing, and we have like the Chariot, like them coming forward. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe they're just waiting for like an opportune photo or story to comment on that they can like say some witty comment. I don't know, it feels like they're waiting for the perfect moment. But we have this Life Experience card, and this is interesting because it says a significant life event. So I feel like this might be the start of a very significant relationship for you. You're also both coming out as major arcana, which I take notice of. If there's a majority of major arcanas, in this case it's all of them or both of them, it's only two, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I think that this could be a very significant person in your life if they aren't already. And also, this is the card number 16, so this deck is like based off of tarot, and in tarot, the number 16, oh, this is also a major arcana. Yeah, but this one is the Tower in traditional tarot, and so that also refers to like unexpected events that really change the course of your life. So I do feel like this person is going to come forward when you're least expecting it. With this Death card, it's likely when you're already over it, like you've kind of like given up or like stopped hoping for it, stopped thinking about it, and then they're like come in on their Chariot like, hey. And you're like, oh, okay. So I think it is going to be unexpected, but it could be the start of something, yeah, a really significant connection, a really significant relationship for you. We also have this No Need to Worry. So I feel like there's probably not a lot of action required on your part. Like, you know, don't worry, they're going to come forward. Just let them figure their thing out. Let them come up with their little plan to come talk to you and impress you. And they're coming across as really sweet. Like this energy is very cute. And then, yeah, we have A New Start is Coming. So if it was like going somewhere and then it seemed to be going nowhere, this definitely feels like something that is coming back, and there's going to be a new beginning for you guys. So yeah, I don't think there's much that you need to do. You can go about your life. You don't need to be like actively waiting for them, but just know that they are coming back. They're gonna come back with a bang. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the reading there. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 5s. So if you chose the orange calcite, this is going to be your reading. So how I'm going to do this reading is this first card here is going to represent you. This card here is going to represent your person, and this card in the middle is going to represent the situation between the two of you. So I'm going to flip these over and talk about them a little bit, and then I'm going to lay down 3 more cards to see whether or not they're going to reach out or whether or not you should reach out. So the first card representing you is Temperance. The card representing them is 2 of Swords in reverse. And the card representing the situation between the two of you is the Birds. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about the Temperance card first. Because this card is about divine orchestration, divine timing, and things like that. And I feel like this is something that is at play in this connection. This feels like a divine, you know what I'm trying to say, a soul connection. So I think that for most of you who chose this one, this will be about a romantic interest, a soulmate, something like that. I also kind of giggled when I saw these 2 birds because I've been seeing 2 birds everywhere, and somebody actually who commented on one of my videos has been seeing them everywhere too, and it's so weird. I feel like they have some sort of symbolism about soulmates or twin flames or something like that, so maybe you guys who chose this deck resonate with that. This is a divinely guided connection, but it's also sort of a complicated one. Your person is coming through as the 2 of Swords in reverse, so I feel like your person is conflicted right now. Not conflicted about their feelings for you, but conflicted about what they should do or how they should approach it. I feel like there's something about it that's not so easy for them. This card in the middle, the Birds, the meaning of this card is about like gossip. It could be about like social media, but it's about like the things that people say. And so this might be a concern for them when it comes to being with you, or when it comes to like openly expressing their feelings for you. Now this could be for a lot of reasons. It could be something like, you know, maybe you guys have feelings for each other, but one of you or both of you is already in a relationship. Maybe one or both of you just got out of a relationship and you don't want it to come across to people as like a rebound. It could even be that like one or both of you is in like a sort of higher position, or like more well-known, maybe even a little famous, like you have a following. I don't know, because this can represent social media, but it's like there's something about the connection that's like not like taboo, but just like you have to be a little bit careful about how it's perceived, or you have to care about people's opinions or something like that. If you guys chose this pile and this message is resonating with you at all, please let me know what your situation is, like in the comments, if you feel comfortable to share it, of course, because I'm really curious, because this could be so many things, right? Like this conflict and people talking and gossiping, like I wonder what that has to do with. I feel like it's probably more something on their end. I have been saying like one or both of you, because I know like sometimes I reverse the energies, so I just want to make it applicable to like however it fits with your situation. But I do feel like it's maybe a bit more on their end, like they're in some sort of position or career or relationship status or something that makes this a little bit difficult. And I can see with you coming through as the Temperance that you have been very understanding about this. You've been very patient, you've been very accepting, and that's exactly that's exactly what I guess the divine wanted for this connection. I think that you're handling the situation very, very well. You know, it may be hard sometimes, you may feel emotional about it, but I can see you're not letting your emotions get the best of you, and hopefully you have that understanding that their silence or their keeping their distance has nothing to do with how they feel about you, and I think it's more circumstantial than anything else. But yes, you've been very patient with them, and that's really lovely. Okay, anyway, so let's take the next 3 cards to see if they're going to be coming forward, reaching out to you, or if you should reach out to them. So we have the Queen of Earth, we have Success, and we have Believe in the Impossible. Ooh, this is so exciting. So yeah, I do, with this Believe in the Impossible card, I really feel like, you know, this is sort of a hard relationship. This is sort of a hard union. Maybe this is a twin situation. It doesn't have to be. It just, with the Temperance, with the 2 birds, this card is also a 2. And then we have like Believe in the Impossible. Like, I feel like this is just a connection that seems very hard to you, but that is going to, there's really going to be a breakthrough in it. Not just in communication, but in like your closeness together. And we have Success as well, which is a beautiful card. And this Queen of Earth, which is equivalent or similar to the Queen of Pentacles, which is a yes, which is a favorable outcome. And it even says on it, like, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner, which I was just saying, like, I feel like that's exactly what you're doing, and it's really beautiful. I don't really, honestly, from these cards, I don't feel it one way or the other, like they're going to reach out or you should reach out. I actually feel like both would be fine. Like, there just needs to be some communication between the 2 of you, and I don't really think, like in some of the other readings, it was important who it came from. Like, oh, it needs to be from this person because they need to learn that da-da-da, or like, but I feel like it doesn't matter for you guys. You just need to be together. You just need to be in communication. And you will be. You're going to be successful. So hopefully whatever this conflict is, well, not hopefully, I think you are going to overcome it. You guys are going to find a way to work around it, or find a way to stop caring about it, and make like empowered choices to be closer to each other and be together. So this is a really, really nice outcome. I'm very curious about this one, and like how, or if it resonates for you guys, because I feel like it's a sort of unique situation. This one is definitely a unique situation. But yeah, please feel free to share in the comments. I'm really interested to know what's going on with this one. But yeah, it does look like a happy outcome for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna end the reading here. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!